Think you've experienced the ultimate diving adventure? Think again. Nassau Undersea Adventures specializes in non-stop diving adventure. If you have a day, a week, or more, we'll fill it with more diving adventure and excitement than you've ever experienced before. Nassau Undersea Adventures is located in beautiful Lippert Key, at the opposite end of the island from Nassau. Just close enough for great hotels, shopping, and nightlife, just far enough away for unspoiled beaches, sky blue waters, and pristine reefs. This area has been chosen for years by major motion picture studios as the underwater filming headquarters for such blockbuster films as Jaws, Splash, Cocoon, and the James Bond thrillers. It's now accessible to divers largely due to the work of Stuart Cove, former diving and support coordinator for the movie studios and now owner-manager of Nassau Undersea Adventures. Stuart and his team have scouted underwater filming locations, wrangled sharks, built underwater sets, and single-handedly salvaged and resunk a 200-foot freighter as an artificial reef for divers. Stuart's goal is to show sport divers the kind of underwater adventure that until now has only been seen in the movies.
Well, our adventure dives are where we're going out into the wilderness, further away, out aside the land, going all-day trips, 3-tank dive trips, to places where no one's dived before. We find a lot of big pelagic species, big sharks, and numerous tropical fish. We also have a stingray dive where we can go and pet large southern stingrays. And of course we have the shark buoy out here, in which we can dive with up to 40 sharks and have great contact with them, feed them, touch them, ride them.
The adventure begins early at Undersea Adventures. Boat crews prep and polish the vessels for the day's action as you check in.
Hi.
Where are we staying this morning?
Crystal Palace. And here we're feeding the sharks. And you throw the ballyhoo up, and as the ballyhoo comes up, sharks come in and just take it right from out in front of the cameras, as you can see here. If there's ever too many sharks out there for you, all you have to do, there's a little trick that we tell you about that makes them go away every time. As the shark's swimming at you, all you have to do is go like this.
I think I'll do that.
As our diving fleet heads out of the bay for the morning dives, our first stop on our way to the shark buoy will be Stingray Runway. Move over, Stingray City. These are the big guys, some with wingspans over 8 feet. A cleaning station on a nearby coral head must be what attracts these rays. As rays circle the rocks in turn, small blennies and cleaner rafts spring into action, cleaning parasites and debris from the stingray's underside. Below in the rocks, spotted morays wait for a handout from divers, if they can fight off the yellowtail and grouper to get within striking distance. "12 miles offshore in 6,000 feet of water, our next stop, the shark buoy, looms into view.
Okay, Doc, we're going to tie off at the south side, so we tail back.
As with any shark expedition, it starts with baiting in the small fish and chumming the water with bloody bait.
All right.
When the sharks get so thick you can catch them by hand, divers hit the water. As divers approach the buoy, sharks begin to circle, curiously at first. But when the food bag comes out, their attention is captured.
When we first started diving here, we were terrified that we would get in the water and the sharks would come up and we'd be back to back with each other. We all had big sticks with nails nailed into them. We'd jab at the sharks. And now after a few hundred dives, we realized that they're not going to bother anybody at all. They're just in to eat the food. They're not interested in biting divers.
After a half hour in the water with up to 30 of these beautiful, sleek, silky sharks, fear is replaced by awe and wonder. But in case you forget these sharks have teeth, they will occasionally remind you. If the shark buoy doesn't offer enough shark action, we've got more. Oasis Wall offers the opportunity to see our resident 12-foot hammerhead, Bruce. Seventh Heaven Reef, our most distant and virgin site, offers advanced divers, escorted by armed dive masters, the opportunity to experience truly wild shark action, as fearless bull sharks are lured into the wall, sensing blood.
Bull shark dive is a very advanced dive, and this is where we'll take some bait down and bait in these big boys, the big 10-foot bull sharks. The sharks can run up to 500 pounds and stuff, and they'll come cruising in amongst us. We obviously don't touch these sharks because they're quite large and could inflict some damage. It really makes an exciting dive.
But not all of the diving at Nassau Undersea Adventures has to be heart-stopping action. Inshore sites like Golden Key offer lush elkhorn gardens, just waiting to be explored. Dramatic vertical walls laced with underwater caverns. Even the grass flats in the bay, with their local residents, can provide some of the most exciting dive action you'll ever experience in 8 feet of water. Nassau Undersea Adventures is not just for expert divers. Our certified instructors offer everything from one-day resort courses to full-week certification and specialty courses, including underwater photography. Accommodations range from the prestigious Nassau Beach Resort on beautiful Cable Beach to the charming Orange Hill Inn, where you'll be sure to be treated like family. And Nassau is now more accessible than ever, with daily non-stop flights from most major cities on more than a dozen major airlines.